Hit the live button. I'm not ready. How you going, everyone? Got Robbo and Dr. Bob today, and anyone else that decides to pop in. So I'm just filling in some cracks at the moment. Nothing too spectacular.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Well, this movie, I bet you watched it in the movie theaters as a kid. The Green Hornets.
Oh, yeah.
The full movie, all 12 episodes or so, 14 episodes. The full Green Hornet movie was made in 1940, and it played in theaters in the 40s and had a re-release in 54 or 58, and it played on TV last in the 60s. And it had been lost. And some people actually had pieces of it, and they recovered it, and they did the computer repair, to stop the weird fading. You know how when they did day for night, and you could see it get daylight and dark back and forth because they didn't have the lenses and the filters to do it and the skill. Because that was all done in real time, but it was all shot during the day. And they fixed a lot of that. But if you're interested, I'll send you a link to it because it's interesting because it brought back memories of sitting in the theater with my girlfriend next to me at that time, high school. And we were reminiscing on what our parents saw when they were kids. But I remember seeing it in elementary school, about maybe 8 or 9 years old, the movie theater. Along with, I have another collection of Flash Gordon and the original Buck Rogers movies in black and white. So what were you up to today, Robo?
Doing tax. Doing tax.
Oh, taxes?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that. My big thing was digging out the shop today so I could get in it because the wind blew the snow up against the door so bad. It actually was hitting the top of the garage roof. And of course, the dog thought it was funny because I dug a tunnel and we went in. He crawled through, just walked and cleaned it all out. And then he decided, without me knowing what he was doing, he was going to try to get on the roof of the garage and climb up the snow piles, and he knocked it all down and blocked me inside.
Well, you have an ice cave now.
Yeah.
Not a man cave.
Yeah.
Oh, haven't seen the snow like this since I was a kid. So, Jay, why did you change your name to Toxic? You're not toxic.
Oh, because I got that allergic reaction to Blackwood. And my face blew up like a balloon.
He looked like a big frog.
Oh, now you can change it.
If Robbo had it his way, I would be called Ducky or something, Robbo was having a great laugh. He thought it was funny. Can't you hear him?
Australians have a terrible sense of humour, Bob.
Mongrels. It's all right, Dr. Bob. You can laugh at that word. Robbo finds it funny.
No, it's a word that's not in my vocabulary in any way, shape, or form. unless I'm defining something out of a sci-fi movie.
Uh,
I was just brought up that way, but it's as local slang, I understand it, but I just don't. I don't want
no,
to start using something that might slip out of that would be totally unacceptable here.
it's like a couple of things that I say occasionally. I think, oh shit, you Americans wouldn't understand it. Like, I mean, no offense to anybody. I've worked with all races and everything else, and everybody I've worked with has understood it, but it would go over like a lead balloon in America.
Yeah.
So I have to be careful occasionally.
So I'm going to be lazy today.
Right, you're going to sit down, are you?
Oh yeah, I'm going to sit down and laze today. Yeah.
Sorry?
I'm going to sit down and lathe. All right.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right. Awesome. No. Couldn't be fluffed drilling it out, so I'm going to let Jacob do it today.
Who's Jacob?
Jacob.
Oh, yeah. Jacob the Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Chuck.
Jacob. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Cool. Look at that. It's cutting it a bit fine.
I was streaming from my cell phone to the TV. So I decided to see what was up on chat, and now I've got it on my wall TV. Stop the streaming. There.
I wonder where everybody is today. They must be too busy shoveling snow.
No biggie. So, Dr. Bob, what's going on?
Yo.
What's going on?
Oh, I found a device, if you got a cell phone, online, and it was really inexpensive, like $18, a Wi-Fi endoscope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's the little box over here is the coil of what you have.
Yep.
And that's a controller for how bright you want the light to be on the end of the endoscope.
Yep.
And that's the RF or the RF Wi-Fi transmitter and receiver. What you do is you simply connect to another Wi-Fi source, and it comes up by itself, and you log into it, and you have a complete video picture.
Have you got one of them set up in each one of the kids' rooms so you know when they're in bed?
No, I have other ones that are smaller, but I don't. They have their own privacy. They're teens.
Yeah, I know that. But
I got one in the shop. I can always log in and see what's going on in my shop, and it's got a software motion detector. Except the squirrels in the summer tend to trip it on me, but that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed. I go to this go to the big green shed tomorrow, and they haven't sold out of security cameras. Would be good. I went to go get some last fortnight, and they'd all sold out. It's like, what? Come on now! It says online you've got them.
Well, I like this one, and I bought a few, and they just sit in the. Someday they might work, or I'll find someone to give them to that might want to use them. But with this, it's rigid wire. It's not flexible. It's rigid. You can flex it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not dangling like a power cord
Yeah.
because it's a true endoscope, so you can shove it through a tube. And also on my deep hollowing tool, taped it to the top today.
Jay, I'd get the bigger drill and just make a start with the bigger drill before you start boring out with that small one, I think, yeah. While it's still fairly strong. Yeah. Are you going to use that one or not? Yeah, it'll be all right. But just get it started first. Otherwise, you've got no way of centering it after it gets going. And if you move it in the chuck a little bit, you're going to be up the proverbial creek. Only needs to go in a few millimetres.
Oh, did you get your notice of the meeting this weekend?
Yep. Thank you. A bit deeper, Jay. Right, that should do it. You haven't got much room there by the look of it.
I reckon it might break.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'd be hollowing it out with a chisel. Or your carbide cutter.
Oh.
Oh, carbide cutter then.
History.
All right then. Because I really didn't want to do it with that pointy one because that really wasn't doing a very good job even when I sharpened it.
Yeah.
It's too bloody hot to be struggling that much.
Ah, yeah, wuss.
Come over here then. Come over here. Come over, Heather. Is that too loud for you? Oh, God. My fan. If it gets any hotter than this, I think I'm going to have my fan right down here blowing up.
Yeah, you get dust in your eyes then.
That's okay.
No, you'll regret it.
I'll have face shield and glasses and dust mask. And,
Yeah, coming up's another problem.
yeah, I know.
I'm surprised that none of the people have shown up tonight that usually do.
Yeah. Very quiet today. Start right from the top, Joe.
What do you mean up here?
Sorry?
You mean on there on the edge?
Yeah, start right from the where the hole starts. Get that out of the way while you've still got full strength. From inside out. From inside out. No, come right up to the edge and just nibble at it from the edge down.
Like that?
Yeah, only just put it inside the edge about 5 millimeters and then start working towards you. And I wouldn't make a cut down like that. I'd lift it out of the way and just keep scooping it out like you would a spoon.
You want the mute button now?
No. It's okay. Just check.
Sorry?
Just check your chuck. The vibration you're getting is mainly in the headstock. It's not in the. It's because the bearings are a little bit close together, but.
I thought it was because of how this hanging off, being a bit.
Well,
floppy.
it is. It's all leverage, but it's transferring back into your headstock. And if you put a gauge on your shaft, you'd find it's bending just a little bit, but there's nothing to worry about it.
It could be the frame underneath is just vibrating.
No, it's with all the smaller lathes like that. There's only 3 or 4 inches between the bearings. And also it sounds like that cutter needs rotating a bit too. Now on those lathes, Bob, there's only about 3 or 4 inches between the bearings where the shaft goes through, and there's just not enough support for heavy cuts. and the bearings are only about 2 inches in diameter. They're not very big.
Whoa, that's pretty small shaft.
Ah, good day, Chris. How are you?
How you going,
Yeah,
Chris?
come join us. We need some people to talk to here, Chris. There, you can come join us now.
Have you turned any more bowls, have you, Chris? You should have just been able to loosen that and turn it around, Jay. Or are you replacing it? Oh,
That's what I did.
okay. All right. Okay. Shut up, Rob. I'm piss off.
Isn't it biscuit time? Yeah, I've got that new cutter that I showed you the other day. So if this one's knackered, I can swap it over. Alright.
You play hockey, Chris?
That looks better, Jay, is it? Oh, that's good, Chris. Once you sort of have a rough idea, you know which ones are working properly and which ones aren't. Chris said I watch videos different now, Robbo, to see how others do it.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to play hall hockey when I was in college. But then we played hockey when it was winter. We had three ice rinks on campus that we could use. The university team had their own private one.
Is that cutting any better, Jay? He's ignoring me.
Yeah, tennis ball would. It bounce off the walls at the other end.
Ah, very good. Yeah. Hope you applied the same techniques to it.
In college, we used a real puck, but we'd take and polish it with a couple of dozen coats of paste wax so it would slide on the floor. And then it was a little of a mixture between that and curling because people would get out there with a real mop, a dust mop, and they would polish the floor to try to get the puck to go the way they wanted it to, the way you do in curling. But we had a curling ring. We had curling when I was in high school here too. As I say, we're a hoot and a holler from the Canadian border, and they curl in Windsor, and we had a curling teams here too, along with hockey.
Yeah, that's what it is now, Chris. It's just practice.
Yep. And at the right height. That's so important. And my little jet one with the Reeves drive, uh, I've got it so as I can raise and lower it with depending upon what I want to use for wood underneath the legs. Oh, the dorms was carpeted. How classy. We weren't that lucky. But
Yeah,
I think purpose was as punishment we had to mop the dorm hallway.
it's amazing the difference of a couple. It's amazing the difference a couple of inches makes.
Is that when I'm meant to say that's what she said?
Yeah.
Oh,
How's that cutter?
yeah.
Is that cutter working better now, Joe?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Tungsten carbides go blunt.
Yeah, I know. Especially cheap ones.
Just get a diamond card and you don't sharpen the edges, you just sharpen the top of it.
Yeah, it depends if it's flat on the top or not. That's the problem. Some of them now are negative rate.
Yeah. Yeah, that you just negative rake carbides you can't sharpen. But negative rake in this country is getting, you're going to hear, or I don't know if you will, but here it's going to be in courts this summer. A friend of mine owns a big company, and he's been given a cease and desist order from selling negative rate carbides because some company has a patent on them now.
Mob of bloody wankers.
Well, they didn't follow the rules for getting a patent. That's the problem. And I got asked if I could help him and if I knew any patent attorneys, so I gave him the one that I used a couple of times. Though he's retired, but he's a wood turner.
The trouble is that negative rake has been around for 100 years.
Yes, but they're saying carbide only. Carbide negative rake cutters, they have a patent on any of them. They have a solid patent and they want to take all of them off the market worldwide.
God, stuff me drunk.
The friend's going to lose several thousands of dollars. He's got a cease and desist order not to sell, and he owns a major carbide company. that sells replacement for almost anything that's out there. The problem is, and I'm not a patent expert by means, I've just gone through it for 3 patents. And boy, I looked it up online, and his is considered a provisional for another 6 weeks, and it should be a 2-year provisional patent, for comments for something like this that's used globally.
Well, it's only a grind on a tool, and like I say, it's been in use for over 100 years.
Yep, that's the big argument that I gave him.
And
It's
like,
always been there.
tool makers have been using negative rake on some of their cutters for a long time too.
Yep.
So how the hell you can put a patent on a grind, I don't know. The next thing, and anybody that listens to this after I'm not having a shot, it means that Ellsworth can go and put a patent on his grind. Or anybody else that's thought of a different grind on their tools.
Yeah, they're opening a can of worms. But then again, the person who was for 4 years in charge of the patent office allowed a lot of patents like that to go through that nobody ever looked at or questioned. Even patents from foreign countries.
Yeah. My daughter, although she's an aeronautical engineer, works for the public service. And she worked in the patent office for 12 months or so. And she used to, the amount of, the amount of study they have to do on a patent is absolutely phenomenal. They've got to go back through 1,000,001 files to check this and check that and to see whether the patent is worthy of applying, Research, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, patent examiners, all the research. And it's not just one person. It's usually a big team.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Specialty. Yeah. That's the trick, at least in our patent office here. They're specialties. I know I've been to the patent office a few times when I was in DC because I had a friend that worked there. Floor upon floor upon floor of people just sitting there, at computers doing research. And if it wasn't computer digitized yet, some of the old stuff, they'd get another whole unit on another floor, but they'd come down and they'd get the volumes that they needed, and they would spend a week or two digitizing everything because you or I couldn't touch any of the old material in books, but there's a lot of them until it comes up, and other than just having the cover sheet, because they've all been photographed, but all the supporting document and research that went into that patent that was issued 30, 50, 20 years ago, they're trying to keep up getting it scanned and then have experts in the field. Now, how do you have experts in this cutter?
Yeah, Bailey's coming in backstage, Joe. It's they've got to work out whether it's a significant amount of change or anything to warrant a new patent.
There's never been a patent on it. That's wide open. That's why these people.
Well,
patents have been turned around and said no, that can't be patented.
I personally think it just can't be patented because it's a standard grind for doing a lot of work. So I hope they get pushed out of court. G'day, Chris. How are you?
How you going, Chris?
Howdy.
Nice and cold where you are, is it?
No headset on and can't hear us.
Yeah. Oh, he's putting it
No,
on now.
it's going to take a while to get it straightened out. It really is, and it's going to end up in a court.
Yeah. And like I say, I hope the magistrate or the judge presiding decides that, look, you idiot, you can't patent this.
Well, the problem is it's been issued already. It was forced through in a tenth the time that a patent of its type request would be done. But then again, that was a different person running the patent office, and they no longer are running it.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec there, Chris.
The new head hasn't been appointed yet.
Yeah,
Chris?
wait on, Bob.
If you go into your audio settings in StreamYard, because sometimes that takes control and uses whatever speakers and mics it wants to use, to go in there and make sure it's got the right ones selected.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Chris can hear us or not.
I can hear his mouse clicking.
Oh, so the mic on the computer is working. Just got to pick the headset.
Hey, Dr. Bob,
Yes.
can I point something out, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. What haven't you noticed today that you've noticed for nearly a fortnight?
There it is. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I had my volume turned
You
down.
got-
That was it.
Oh, yeah, that helps. I've done it myself. Think, geez, I'm going deafer than I am.
I don't
Maybe
know.
just-
Your ring light, but you've had that for a while.
Nah. It'll be on your screen too, which is most probably why you remind me about it nearly every day. What doesn't Robbo have on his head right now? On the screen.
Hair? Oh, he had a haircut.
No.
He got clipped.
It's not. No, look at the screen, Dr. Bob. What's normally sitting on the screen where Robbo's position is?
Oh, the
Right
duck.
there. The duck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was yesterday or tomorrow.
Yeah, it was meant to be, but my wife gave me some money so I could do it today because she gets paid today. So.
But you have a lot more features now. You know, you can live stream video too.
Yeah,
I mean,
not on this
that's on
computer.
your computer.
Not on this computer, Dr. Bob. This is a very simple, basic business computer. I bought it from the auctions. I loaded Windows 10 onto it, and I put it in my shed, and that's pretty much it.
Well, just try logging in and trying it sometime, because don't forget, the only thing that your computer is doing is talking to the cloud. Now,
won't
when
work.
you stream something from your computer, that would be the second thing. Everything else you see is being made up in a server somewhere. That's the unique part about StreamYard.
Yeah, I know, but my computer can't handle it, Dr. Bob. It's a pathetic business computer. It's got maybe 500, maybe 500 gig. Maybe not a gig. Sorry, maybe 500 meg of RAM if you're lucky. The
Well,
video
try
card, I
it
think,
some
I went
afternoon.
for about $5. I can't
Yeah.
even use the green screen on this computer, so I know I won't be able to do that.
Well, that's a lot more processing.
And Sid's in the background. He's just saying he's sitting there waiting for a haircut.
That's what Robbo should be doing.
Yeah, having a haircut. No, I think I might go feral again.
No, that's something I need, but can't get to the barbers.
Oh, good.
I cut mine.
No transportation.
I'm glad you called it a barber, Bob. I don't go to a hairdresser. I go to a barber.
So do I. They actually have a real barber chair you can put your feet on.
Yep.
And they can pump you up and down, tilt you back and actually know how to shave.
Oh, I don't get a shave. I get horribly itchy if they do so.
Well, I get my beard trim, and when you get your beard trimmed, they use a razor to trim the edges and all. But it's been over a year since I've been able to do that because the men's barber shop is closed. It was only a 3-chair shop, been open something like 70 years, 80 years. It's a family affair.
What are you doing today, Chris?
I'm just cleaning up. I've got quite a mess in here.
Oh, when you finish doing yours, you can come and do mine if you like.
There's a channel. Have you seen Will Makes Everything?
I probably have glanced across it a couple of times yet.
He has another channel called Music from Nothing, and they have, I don't know, maybe 200 subscribers. It's kind of a smallish, but they moved into a new studio, or they're moving, and they asked me to be on their first show from their new studio.
Oh.
So I figure I better clean up a little bit.
Oh, right.
It's a good excuse anyway.
Well, yeah. I don't call mine. Mine's either the shed, Robbo's playpen, or the workshop. I've never ever called it a studio. Maybe I should. Maybe I should go up market and call it a studio.
Yeah, I've got enough lighting and there's little camera holders everywhere. Even though I only use a few, but.
Well, I've got the speed in my shop for internet, but I haven't got a computer, so the tablet won't hack it to do anything decent. I had to make sure that the kids had the speed, and they needed computers before I did.
The one I use is probably 10 years old. It just kind of limps along, but for streaming is fine.
Huh, I got one that old. It's running Windows 10. Or is it? No.
This one's 7.
I got NT and 7.
Right.
I had a nice high-speed tower and lightning hit, and it kind of fried. But when we found the insurance didn't carry coverage for it, that was several years ago, so it just sits. Case is all right, but the motherboard kind of went bang.
The thing that lets my videos down is the speed. Our internet speed's not real flash here, which is a pain.
We have I think we have decent internet. We canceled all our TV and cable, and so it's a cable internet. But I think when we canceled TV, we got the upgraded speed. I don't know. My wife handles
carrier
all
did you have?
What's that?
Who was your carrier provider?
It's just a local one. I can't remember the name.
The cable company?
Yeah.
I'm kind of spoiled. I'm running 988 gigs. But it costs me $90 a month. But it's unlimited. With 2 teenagers and a couple adults that are constantly video gaming. You need the speed. They need it for school too.
How can you tell what your speed is? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, you can go into, open your browser up, search for speed test, just speed test, and then open it up and just hit the button and it'll tell you. It'll give you download and upload speed.
Yep, it's a kind of universal one around the world speed test. For those like me who's been a techie in electronics, I get one that's a little better. But that gives me latency and stuff like that.
Yeah, Bob, your sound has
And
gone
especially
terrible.
for playing your game, you have a latency problem.
Bob, your sound has gone down the chute.
Even his video is freezing up as well.
Yeah. And Sarge is backstage as well. Must have finished shoveling snow.
Oh, there's no prize for latecomers.
Yeah, I'm at 34 meg per second.
How you going, Sarge?
Doing pretty good, except for my computer decided to crap out on me today. So I'm using my wife's computer.
Yep.
Whoa, hope you got a note.
Hey, Sarge.
Howdy, Chris. Howdy, Dr. Bob. Howdy, Robo. Howdy, Jay. Howdy, Sid. Howdy, anybody else?
That's it, I think.
I was about to say Bailey, but he's already here.
Just for a little bit. My wife only let me come over for a little bit.
I get 5 minutes to play.
Yeah.
And what's that going to cost you in brownie points, Chris?
No, I think I'm all right.
No. You had to think about it, though.
I had to think what I did. I put a new shower head in for her today.
Oh, well, there you go. What do you do for a crust, Chris?
For what?
What do you do for a living? A crust?
Oh, I'm the engineering manager for a oil field equipment company.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We build fracking equipment.
Hey.
Cementing.
Oh, gee, that's a nasty word in Australia at the moment.
I say that every time to people just to see the reaction.
Hey, Jay, your wonder light's in the way again.
No, it's not. You just need to look past it. You just need to look past it. That's it. Perfect.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
My wife used to work for ExxonMobil, and she worked at the fractionation plant where they cracked the gas and everything out of the oil. So,
Okay. Someday we won't need oil, but not today.
I think that's a long way away yet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, lubricants are hard. There's good synthetic ones, but they don't handle it as easy.
But we're working on one of the projects I'm working on right now is a turbine generator. It's a massive trailer that will take the gas from the well and power the whole site.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So all those hundreds of thousands of horsepower running to do the well work will be all powered by natural gas, basically, or electricity, if you want to be politically correct.
Oh, then you need to call Sergeant to put the lines in, you see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep it
Yeah,
in the
somebody had
family.
posted on my wall earlier today, ready to go on storm? And I didn't see it for 2 hours. I was like, oh, crud, I hope I didn't miss the boat. No. Yeah. We may be gearing up to leave out this weekend. Kind of hope so, just snowing again.
What? Down to Texas? Do you see the mess they're in?
Oh, I know it. 1.2 million out of power 30 minutes ago, last I checked.
Yep.
But then
And they're
again,
not-
Louisiana's got 112,000 out.
But at least Louisiana's on the grid. Texas,
Right.
4 years ago, elected to separate from the grid. And when they did so, they even took the connection lines and towers out.
Mhm.
So it's not something they can go flip a switch and use the old stuff. They physically removed it. And now the single generation is gone.
Yeah,
Wind
they're our parent
doesn't
companies in
do any
Texas.
damage. Pardon?
Our parent companies in Texas, and nobody's working.
No heat, no electricity, no running water.
No heat.
It sounds like an apocalypse movie. Traffic lights aren't working. People don't know how to drive on ice, and there are accidents everywhere. Cell towers can't work. They run out of battery backup. This is a movie, but it's real life.
Amidst the pandemic, no less.
Yeah.
Howdy, Amy.
The only good thing one person said on an interview is they didn't have to worry about any food in their freezer going bad.
Yeah.
But they
Right,
have
I
nothing to cook it. There's no gas or electric, so they can't even cook the food.
Hang on, Amy. You're still freezing up a bit there, Dr. Bob.
Well, let me see what the network's doing here.
Well, that probably explains why we haven't got any Texas people in today.
Right.
They can't.
No.
They can't pedal fast enough to power their radios. I'm sure Bob understands what I mean by that.
Oh, yeah.
Half of Australia, believe it or not, in the outback used to run on pedal radios. They had a radio set up with a generator, and it was pedal powered, so that you could contact flying doctor services and things like that.
Oh, is that?
No, that's a bull roarer. That's a bull roarer.
That's a long way to your letterbox there, Sarge.
G'day, John. John.
Howdy, John.
And
John Naves.
I think you better build your kids a proper sled though. How you going, John? See, Green Ears is just ignoring me now. How rude.
Who, what, where?
Green Ears. I said it's a long way.
I heard you. I
said it's
I
a
gotta
long
build
way
the-
to your letterbox. And then I said you need to build your kids a sled so they don't have to use a table.
We're rednecks. We use whatever crap we can find.
Or you can at least make it out of a pallet.
Yeah, right.
have you seen John N's comment there, Jay?
No.
No, you don't see it, or no, that ain't it.
Oh, about the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say, Taro?
It's in the title. Like John N said, wait, possums like ghost chilies? Not even going to ask.
I wish they didn't, because I'd like to try them myself, to be honest. But
To fill you in, John, what happened is Jay's been cultivating these ghost chilies in his backyard there. They're just about ready for picking and eating. And the possums came down last night. He had 15 flowers on it. There's only one left now and one leaf. The possums got in there and ate the lot.
all I got to say is I hope they got sore asses.
If they come back, they definitely will.
Yeah, that's right. If Jay catches them anyway.
Yeah, right.
And Amy says, bastard little things. And John says, oh my God, their asses are going to be burning. Bless you, Bob.
Don't know why I started sneezing all of a sudden, but I got him.
I saw that.
Yeah, my internet is the lowest it's been in 7 months. 712 down, which is good. But on the upload side, it's 32. Normal is 560. No wonder the kids are complaining.
Yeah, you're still a bit bubbly in your microphone there. I don't know what's going on.
I want to say he said something about his strength of his internet, but I might be catching it wrong. Because he said something about the kids complaining. What's he writing?
I can't see that, Bob.
His upload and his download speeds are way out of whack.
Oh, man, I wish. Your upload speed is the same as my download speed.
I did a speed test when you guys were talking about it, and I got 93 download and 45 up.
I get 40 up and 10 down. 40 down and 10 up.
That's what I'm at, Robo.
I'm not even going to try it because I don't want to mess up my wife's computer anymore.
Well, I've got 40 up, and
Good night.
that doesn't go very far when I have two teenagers playing video games.
Yeah.
And that's really bad for me because normally I'm 400 up. But 712 down. Between that I paid for 850 down.
Yeah, there's I don't know if anyone's heard of a rocket company called Rocket Lab. They're in New Zealand. They do nano and micro satellites, and they took up two South Australian space companies satellites. The nano satellites, they're the size of a shoebox. And this one of them is going to be used for all of the industry businesses in South Australia are all going to run off this one internet. So that'd be pretty good, I reckon, because then us normal folks might get a better internet, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so I just replaced. This is the old one.
Yep.
Oh, is that the carbide?
Yeah.
I thought so.
The new one even feels sharper compared to the other one.
Yeah, they go blunt. They go blunt relatively quickly, actually. They last a little bit longer than high speed still, but not enough, in my opinion, to warrant the cost.
Well, if you have a diamond card, you can sharpen them. Not the same as new, but you can do a good edge on them. Just sharpen the top, not the edge.
No.
Yeah, we had some more snow again. And this time minor, about 1.5 inches.
Yeah, we had 3 inches from 3 o'clock until whenever I went out this morning, and it was still snowing. And I forget what it was afterwards. And now it's snowing again after I went up and down my road. The poor neighbor on top of the hill, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get up there and get his area cleared out.
I must admit, I find the snow blowing trains absolutely they're fantastic. I love watching them on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't want to be in a paddock as one went past, I reckon. Jeez.
Have you seen one come up to a railroad crossing? Holy
Sorry?
crud.
What was that, Sarge?
I was like, did you see the one where he's coming up to a railroad crossing? Holy fudge. He just coated that light. Man, I got pummeled by the highway department. As soon as I got down to the bottom of the hill to the highway, there's a tree row on my left side on the south side. And just as soon as I got the stop sign, poof, here comes the truck, plowed down. I was like, all I could do is just put my hands over my face and pray. Pray I didn't get too soaked. And off he went. At least he didn't leave me a big pile to dig out.
Well, my brother was telling me that one year in New York when he was there, the snowplow down there buried all the cars along the side.
Yep.
Absolutely covered them.
Yep, that's not unusual. They did it when they plowed my street. Anybody that parked on the street got what they deserved. Because there's a warning that goes out and you gotta have the street clear.
Yeah, and you get a ticket if you're in a snow route. In a lot of those places up there.
Yep. But on the side streets, they just go around you and you might, like neighbor of mine, we helped dig them out, but it had, the snow was up to the middle of the window.
You're frozen again, Bob. Either that or you've turned into a statue. Now you're moving again.
That's unusual.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah, it
he's
is.
getting the blunt of a lot of the storms, even though it's dragged all the way down to Louisiana and down to through Texas. I think you're still getting a lot of the storms up there. Last I looked.
Oh yeah. I just killed the internet on my phone. I can't kill the kids until 11 o'clock. They're excited because they can go back to school tomorrow. Half the students go on Monday, Tuesday, and the other half on Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, Amy's probably happy because of that. I think all our kids went back to school today.
Well, they were back about 3 weeks ago, and that come to an abrupt halt when two kids came back and they're passed COVID to 5 or 6 other kids, and we didn't know it, but when they did their tracing, they had it at their homes and didn't know it, and they brought it into the school, and it passed through the school in 3 days to 11 people. So that stopped the school.
Yeah. Sorry, Bob. I'm having trouble hearing it. It's broken and.
You're broken and unreadable, Bob.
Well,
Yeah, Amy, I said that you're probably happy because the kids have gone back to school.
Yep. Well, let me see if reconnecting will do any better help.
All right, Dr. Bob.
What happened there?
Bob's going to try something else.
All right.
Just in case you didn't hear me, Amy, I said, well, you'd be happy that the kids have gone back to school today, I'd say.
Oh, of course now. What is this?
Are you winning there, Chris?
It's getting there. It's a mountain.
Till the next storm hits.
No, I'm just trying to clean my shop.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Yeah.
Trying to be funny, it don't work very well.
Problem is, I only get like an hour or two in the shop a day, if that. So I don't want to spend that time cleaning. So I just kind of push everything to the sides,
Right.
and then I have to just buckle down and do it.
Well, around here we've got what I call flat surface syndrome. Anything that's horizontal gets stuff stacked on it.
Yes. I have a table folded up that I will not open because it'll get covered.
Well, you can turn it upside down and drag it through the yard. Oh, if you got snow. Shoot, Jay, if I had a daggone car hood, I'd use it. A few years ago, when we had a decent snowstorm, all I had was a riding mower, and my wife hooked up our plastic laundry basket, one of them oval-shaped ones, and the kids, our son and daughter, our oldest daughter, they were a whole lot smaller. They'd ride around in there. The little one too, but it definitely didn't have the power to go through what we got out there now. So, but Amy says, "Yeah, I'm not a teacher. So glad the professionals can do it properly now." Laugh out loud.
Yeah. I think a lot of parents feel that way.
Yeah, we're going through that right now again.
It might make some parents appreciate teachers more, maybe.
Yeah, we had talked about it a long time ago about doing homeschooling. And first thing, all I got was a dirty look. She goes, "No." She goes, "I don't care if I have absolutely nothing to do. I'm not going to do that." And we both agreed then, and we definitely agree now.
Yeah,
Neither
now that you
one of us.
sampled it.
Yeah, neither one of us were teachers. And I'm pretty good at math, and it still kicks me in the tail end because of the way that they teach. Hey, Dr. Bob's backstage again, Jay. I'm going to try again if you'll let him.
Yeah.
We see you.
Good. You hear me now?
Yeah,
A whole
that's
lot
better.
better right now.
Okay.
What'd you do? Have to cut the teenagers off the internet for tonight?
No, they're complaining too.
Yeah, all right. I hear that.
Awesome.
I just did a complete memory clean on my tablet because tablets don't have a lot of memory.
Daddy won't.
And in doing so, they shuttle stuff around to run something like this internally. Moving pages at a time in and out of memory cards. So I cleaned the internal memory out.
Yeah.
Am I seeing things, or did Jay get on the better account today?
No, you're not seeing anything. That's the thing. You can't see. You can see Robo without a beak on.
Right. Because last night I put in the private chat, I was like, Robo's covered by the duck, and I'm covered on the actual YouTube by his little symbol. So we were both stuck. Those of y'all in the middle, we're okay.
I personally think the duck's head looked better anyway.
Especially over you.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Robo.
Sarge, you can get ducked, all right?
All right. I felt like that for an hour dealing with tech help via text messages. And of course, they gave me options. And of course, the first two options are the real good ones, the ones they prefer, but they have price tags attached to them. My
Yeah, oh
computer's
yeah.
still under warranty. So I looked down, and the third option would take a whole lot longer, but I wouldn't have to pay for it shipped. I wouldn't have to pay for repairs, none of that. And as soon as I said that one, he started saying, well, we'll give it to you this other package for this price. I'm like, no. I'm like, it's not in my cards right now. I was like, send me the box and I'll send the computer. Okay. I was like, yeah.
What can't you do on it?
Can't get nowhere on it. I get the black screen. Says I don't have a hard drive.
All right, has it been dropped recently?
Yep.
Yep, you've knocked the hard drive out of the where it sits in.
Slot.
That's all that is. It's just a couple of screws and push it back in. It's nothing really.
All right. So what? I take the bottom off of it, the laptop. Take the bottom off, and
If you get the model number and stuff and you put that into the internet, or maybe in just the name of the laptop into YouTube, I guarantee someone's pulled it apart and serviced it or done something to it. So just have a look around and try and find something. Then you've got a guide at least.
right. Okay.
Problem is though, if it's under warranty, you don't want to really.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
thing I'm worried about right now. I'd just as soon lose it for a month and have
fair
him
enough.
fix it all under warranty. That's the only thing.
Okay.
But I appreciate it, Jay. I do.
I do everything myself. I'm not paying some other mug to do something I can do.
I understand.
That's me though.
But I understand. And if it was the fact that that was my only option was to pay somebody to fix it, whether they come to my house or I ship it off, then yeah, I would definitely be looking in that route of DIY.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just going to put the kettle on.
all right.
Yeah, I don't know how many I have built in my lifetime.
All right, I understand.
I've seen such a change, but it's intriguing.
Hey Jay, I
had
think Robo pulled a Cade. We'll see what happens when he comes back from popping his kettle on the stove. Sorry, Dr. Bob, go ahead.
No, I was saying that I've built so many of them for people, but that's before I ended up losing my pension. Hopefully, I'll get it back here in the next few months.
Right.
Yeah, I had a friend give me a call today I called him initially and then lost him and he called me back, but we got talking about different things that's happened with mutual friends over the years. And that was really interesting. Probably the biggest supplier of CBN wheels in North America. Was the first to carry them and all. Ken Rizza. Ken and I go back a little bit. When he was much younger, and so was I, but he sold my parents a home in Florida when he was in the real estate business.
Right. Amy says she's just about to hand sew a hole in one of her daughter's many stuffed titties. Laugh out loud. Teddy bears.
How do you sew a hole?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but anyway.
You patch a hole.
I told Jay that you pull the cage. He still ain't listening. Patch a hole. Yeah, you can sew a hole. If you remember how to use needle and thread. I just ain't done it in a while. Too lazy now
But you
to
still
do it.
got to puncture. You got to puncture it first to make it a hole.
Yeah.
It's like at work we talk about that all the time. Do you add a hole or remove a hole?
Well, you probably add a whole bunch of holes every time you punch the needle in and out of the material.
But think about when you drill a hole in wood, are you adding a hole or removing a hole?
You're creating one.
Both. You're adding a hole to the flat material or piece of wood, and you're taking out a hole worth of sawdust. Or if you got a hole saw, you're taking out a plug.
Yeah, that's
Which
on
I ended
Sunday
up
you can be very holy and not add or
Right.
subtract anything.
Amy says, I said sew up a hole, laugh out loud.
Sew up a hole. That's different.
Well, maybe I read it wrong then.
Well, I'll tell you, I had a problem with a World War II bomber jacket that my dad had. I inherited it. And it's just as good as, because I've kept taking care of the leather it's made out of, brown bomber jacket. And the zipper's given me troubles finally that I haven't been able to do anything with. So I decided I'd wax it to see if it would help,
It's like
because that's typical. Except I use
like a big
the
delay.
stuff that get RISA cells. And that than anything I'd ever seen. It brought it back better than what it was when I got the jacket and inherited it. But it's used in cleaning CBN wheels.
Right.
In cleaning them?
Yes, you can clean a CBN wheel. Ken Rizza sells it. It's a product developed by NASA used in satellites. It really is good. You don't put it on the CBN wheel. You put it on your tools before you sharpen them. Just a little. And what it does is it pulls out any of the shavings, metal filings, or anything, particles that's in the wheel will end up, you still sharpen your tool, but you end up pulling everything out of it at the same time. So over a period of a week or so, that tool, that whole wheel is clean again. And it's used on bandsaw blades. Boy, does that make the bandsaw go straight. It's a good lubricant on the side of the blades while it's running. And for those that do scrolling, it's really good on the back of the blade, just while it's running, just touch the back of the blade. And it adds a lubricant which allows you to do very, very tight corners and spirals. I found that out in joining a forum that I was asked to talk about the product, and one of the people that's the beta tester forum, and that had talked about stuff. And also, I know I've had a friend of mine. That's what he's been doing, and I was part of what he was up to this afternoon for about an hour in his little meeting.
No, I always round off the back of my bandsaw blades with an oil stone.
So do I. But this makes them slick as a whistle. But if it's a stamped blade, you kind of have to, because that you can't do a tight corner because the back of the blade will still catch you, even if it's minute. But I've been cut by the back of cheap blades.
Yeah, you're breaking up again, Bob.
What kind of blade you were using? Because I've put my fingers all over all my blades, and the only thing I do is if I push on it on the teeth, I'll get a cut. But other than that, I've never got cut by mine. Front, back, or flats or spirals.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take off.
All right, Chris.
I'll take off. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, Chris, anytime.
Thanks for coming in. Welcome anytime.
All right. Yep. Thanks, Jay. See you guys later.
See ya.
Chris.
Bye.
Well,
Hey,
if
Robo.
you can hear me, I'll see if I can't get back on tomorrow night, but my network speed has dropped down to 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're back to breaking up again, Dr. Bob.
Yeah.
We'll catch you later.
Yeah, see
Hey,
you later,
Robo.
Bob.
Now that you can hear me, when you took off and all of a sudden it went blank, I was like, yep, Robo pulled a cave.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, actually. Maybe when I put the mic down, it may have hit the button on the keyboard and just disconnected it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought there for a minute that Jay had blocked
Kicked
me
you
or
out.
something, you know. Cracked it with me,
Yeah.
because I know he thinks about it sometimes. How many acres are you on there, Sarge?
Total of 5.
Oh, yeah.
I got about 3.5 of pasture, and then the house and yards and everything sit on the rest of it.
Yeah. I'm not being rude. In Australia, they're called hobby farms.
Oh, they're called homesteads here.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Or hobby farms, yeah. I mean, really, if I was to fence up my field again, I might get a horse or two on there, and,
That's about what
safely,
they have down there, too.
or maybe a cow or two, and that's about it. I mean, other than that, you're constantly having to buy bales of hay or
Yep.
feed or something like that. That there's not enough source there. So. But I'm satisfied with mine.
Yeah. Oh, we're on 3/4 of an acre, and that keeps me happy. So, actually half an acre. Was 3/4 until the roads board took 1/4 of an acre off it to put a road in.
Nice. And did that help you or hurt you?
Oh, no, it didn't worry me too much. Like, that happened just prior to us buying the block. But, no, it didn't worry me too much. Like, half an acre's enough to look after sometimes.
Yeah, I heard that.
But the house, unfortunately, was put on here before we moved in, and it was a new house, but bit peculiar. They'd moved an old frame on and then remodeled the inside of it and made it a brick veneer. But my opinion is they put the house round the wrong way and too far from the front fence. Like, we got 30 feet of lawn out the front of our place, and I'll tell you what, 3 hours to mow the flaming thing, it's a pain in the neck. I would have moved it another 20 feet closer to the road, so as I could have put a bigger shed up. But that's me.
Right.
Got to get your priorities right, you know.
Yeah. Sounds like you need a bigger. You either need a riding tractor or something.
I cheat. I have a deal with my brother-in-law. He's a lawn maintenance bloke and that sort of thing, so he cuts my lawn for me.
After you guys get released from COVID, you better go see Amy. She'll lend you her cow.
Yeah. Well, I must admit, at the end of COVID, I reckon I could have put 20 milkers on there with no problem at all, and fed them for a month.
Not quite thin enough yet. That's what you're going for.
I wanted to, but I can't because it's this side here is really thin and this isn't.
Okay. Well, now you're like it. There. Thank you. Yeah, I understand.
Do you?
I think so.
Yeah, well, don't take too much more out of it if one side's getting really thin.
Yes, that's right. Whatever you said before that I think of you, Robbo, or I'll do it when I get to your house, all right?
Yeah, right. I wonder if Sid got his hair cut, or whether he's still in the barbers.
I don't know. Looked like the last time I seen him, he had quite a bit to chop up or chop off.
Yeah, probably starting a new hairstyle in Australia called the COVID cut, you know?
Oh yeah.
I could have done it for free with a lawnmower and a whippersnapper.
Yeah. He's
And
probably worried about his ears.
Hey, as long as you don't take a lighter to him, I'd be all right with it.
Yeah.
Man, almighty.
And Amy says that the teddy's all stitched up now and good to go.
Yep. Teddy's out of surgery.
So, Sarge.
Yeah.
It'll be. I'll get the dates right before I.
Message me if you got something coming up.
Nah, I've got something that for you coming up. All right. Well, I'm kind of hoping it'll be for you. It depends if your nerves get the better of you or not.
All right.
I'm going to Robbo's on my 14th will be your next month will be your 13th.
Right.
And it'll be a Saturday for you. Would you like to do a live that day?
Sure, I can do a lot.
Instead of me doing one. I'll be driving, you see, so
Right.
you want
Yeah,
to
I
do
can
that?
give it a shot.
Yeah.
So, March the 13th, my time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Around 8 o'clock ish.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'll work up something, work up the nerves. I think I can manage that.
I'm sure Robbo will come in and yell at you if you want.
He'll be the first one on my list.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do not let in. Just kidding.
And Amy said Sid's probably getting a colour as well. Yeah, I could just imagine Sid with a red, a purple, and a yellow streak, and a green one down the hair, you know, and then carried on to the beard as well.
He doesn't get granny rinses either. He gets the full-blown colour put in, you know.
Yeah. Not one of the blue rinse set.
No.
Yeah, you will, Amy. I think Darren's coming up. Darren and Justin are coming over as well if they can.
You don't have any choice, Amy, if I'm travelling 800 k's.
I was gonna say she's just in the next town over, isn't she?
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Ish.
Yeah.
As the drunk crow flies.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's Arkansas crow.
Well, in Australia, it's just down the road.
Over yonder. Turn left at the tumbleweed.
No, we don't have tumbleweeds in Australia.
All right, turn right at the termite mound.
Yeah. No, Amy, you're going to get asked anyway when the dates were finally settled.
Well, for y'all, I hope that you don't get locked down again prior to that.
Yeah, so do I.
I know, Jay. Just saying how junk goes. But I will say one thing here is for my VFW, my Veterans of Foreign Wars group, we were down to only allowing 10 people inside of our building for our meetings, and they could only be the officers. Anybody else who wanted to be partake in the meeting had to do it on Facebook. Now they've opened it up to 100 people in our building. So
Yeah,
that's pretty much all of ours.
Yeah, we've been down to 5.
So, Robo, speaking of which, I got a question for you. You have something like that down there, VFW?
I wouldn't know, to be quite honest.
Okay. Or any veterans group like we have American Legion.
yeah.
That's what I was getting at. I had to sit there and
Yeah.
think of your answer.
Yeah, no, we've got the RSL, which is Returned Soldiers League. But for a long time, some of the RSL clubs frowned on Vietnam veterans. It was a peculiar situation.
Well, unfortunately, I hear that for a lot of places when it came to the veterans, the Vietnam veterans, even over here. They're like
Yeah.
I guess all I can say is like the bastard warriors is what a lot of people would say, being a bastard war or whatever conflict. I'll be right back.
No worries. He's taking his earmuffs with him too, so we can't talk about him. Are you going to colour the inside of that, Jay?
I can if you want.
I was just thinking it might look good, like Cage yesterday with the red or the blue or something inside it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to fix that chair, Sarge. You're going to have to fix that chair, Sarge. When you get up out of it, it rocks up and down, and it makes me bloody seasick.
Holy moly. Yeah, I finally got to the point where getting warm. I dress to be outside all day, and then I come in sitting here, and it gets hot.
So pretty
Yeah.
much what an Aussie would do right now, they'd get up out of their chair about 10 times to see how much it makes him sick.
No, I just close my eyes. Yeah, with the horizontal timber feature or whatever it is behind you, the brickwork or whatever it is, it just rises up and down over that, and it's really eerie sort of feeling as far as my eyes are concerned.
Yeah, that's wallpaper. It looks like logs. It's log paper.
Log paper, that belongs in the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be able to get that in there now. Yeah, I was going to get out in the shop and pop out some scroll sawing, but every chance I got, something else would come up. Hello, Effie.
Oh, g'day, Effie.
You get some more snow down there?
How you going, Effie?
There's that chair bouncing up and down again.
Probably won't be able to see nice. Nope. Still snowing out here again.
Yeah, Effie says it's still snowing down there too.
Yeah, for some reason I thought she was farther away than she is, but she's just about 3 hours away from me, down in Memphis. And I got a chance earlier today to see old Nick making a goblet or a wine glass or whatever you want to call it. Man, this airbrushing that he did, that was awesome. Like alcohol paint or something like that.
Yeah,
Did
who was that?
It was Nick and Stace,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
the Flaming Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Y'all shut down there, huh? Dude. I went to a military school down in just outside of Memphis, down in Millington, Navy base, and they had all branches on there. Oh, bless you.
There's another 2 to come. That's the
Oh,
problem.
I know it. All right, Amy, we'll see you in a bit. But they had the Army and the Navy and the Air Force and everybody. I mean, I was in school with the Navy, but they they told us don't go to the other side of the base. That's where the Air Force is. I'm like, why not? And it's because they were so hoity-toity over there. They had these really, really nice barracks and nice schoolhouse and everything. And here we are, almost in the hotel or the Motel Sixes. But it was a good school. There for 6 weeks. Did you
It's
try to
4.
say something?
No,
Oh,
no,
I thought I
4 today, not 3. It's all that dust that Jay's making over there.
said. Yeah, later on, I need to ask my buddy how my camper's surviving the snowstorm that they're getting down there in Louisiana.
Yeah, you probably have some digging to do when you get down there.
All right. One of the guys, our mechanic, he had posted on Facebook earlier today. He goes, "You ready for storm?" I was like, "Shoot, yeah," but the timestamp on it was like 2 hours before I got a chance to see it. I was like, "Uh-oh, I hope I didn't miss the boat." All he was saying is, "Be prepared. We may be going out here soon." So it's a waiting game still.
Oh, excuse me. Geez, something's got up my nose.
Hey, Robo, you got your boots on? Sounds like the crap's getting kind of thick in your shop.
Oh, I've got my boots on. I always have my boots on, except when I go to bed.
You're right. Speaking of boots, man, we had this when we were in Catherine. We had this bloke come over with the tractor. It had a crane on the front. It was articulated in the middle. And he
Yeah.
came in there wearing the slip-on boots, high socks, shorts, and a T-shirt. I'm like,
Yep.
what's this?
Typical Australian dress.
Yeah. I wasn't used to it, but that was typical.
I must admit, I don't wear shorts much. Even when I was working up in those areas, I've always been used to long pants, and I've worn nothing else but. Funnily enough, when I was working up around those areas where it was as hot as hell, I used to wear a caftan because it was nice and cool.
What's that? Is that a kilt?
Sorry?
Is that a kilt?
No, it's like the Arabs. It's like the Arabs wear.
Oh, right. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I'd say the hottest deployment I ever went on was my first one. We went to Mombasa, Kenya, and there we looked like Aussies in a way because all our uniforms were on the flight line was safety boots, shorts, and T-shirt. And if we didn't have a plane, then we'd have on our boonie covers. But if there was planes nearby, then we'd have to wear a hard hat, the muffs, and everything.
No,
Except for when you got on top of the aircraft. You did not want to go up there with shorts only because you would fry your butt.
Yeah, it tends to burn.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, I've got quite a few friends that are roofers, and their normal thing is flannelette shirts, believe it or not, and long pants, and sand shoes, runners or whatever for gripping on the roof. But a lot of them wear gloves because uh, skin cancer, melanomas out there are pretty rife.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. I figured you were going to say for the tar.
Effie said she had a caravan and it had roses on it. When had sorry, I can't understand the last sentence there, Effie.
Correct. Yeah, I'm not reading it right either. Not understanding. Dawn's back.
Right. I had a capital that had roses on it when I had my heart attack. They cut it off me. Must be referring to a tattoo, are you, Effie? A house dress. Now I'm with you. Righto, sorry.
Gotcha.
You had a caftan or a house dress. Yep, right. Yeah, unfortunately, Ambos don't worry about your clothing when they've got to get in and get to you.
Yep.
I'm going to knock it on the head in about 10 minutes.
How's the
Yeah,
heat
well, you've
down
been
there?
going. You've been going for 2 hours, so
Yeah. My phone's showing Adelaide at 98 degrees Fahrenheit.
sorry. What was that, Sarge?
I said my phone is showing that Adelaide's at 98 degrees Fahrenheit. That's
Yeah.
outside. But yeah, it says I just stayed. I lost my dress.
Yeah, according to our weather forecast at the moment, we're 29.3. I think it's a bit hotter than that where I am.
H-hand floating away. Yeah, it's only showing to be about 85 degrees there.
Whew. All right, Brussels sprout. I got 39 in the shed now.
Yeah. Oh, that's like an oven in there.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is in the workshop. I don't know what it is in the workshop. I can't see the thermometer from there, so.
Right. What's the humidity in Adelaide?
You talking to me?
Oh, you mean to tell me, you dumb cow?
Oh, thanks.
No, I'd say he's talking to the computer.
I know he is. That's all right.
Thanks for coming in, Effie. Take it easy.
All
Good
right, see
night,
you later,
Effie.
Effie.
No, that's no offend to any female that watches this or is watching. It's my computer assistant, the Windows 10 assistant. Instead of just verbalizing what it's saying, it's opening up a bloody web page.
Yeah, I
Bugger
get that
off.
too. I got 19 degrees right here,
Oi,
and that'd be Fahrenheit with
that's not funny.
86 degrees or 86% humidity
No, go away. Go leave. Get out of here.
and snowing. So come on, you want it? Come on, come
Yeah.
get it.
I do.
Come
Actually,
play in the snow.
I do actually. It still doesn't work. Smash it.
Now it's turning out good, Jay.
Yeah, cheers. Considering I didn't really have a. Oh yeah, it's getting there. Considering I didn't have a any idea on what I was going to do. Yeah. I think it looked. There you go. Is that better? Is that good for you, Sarge?
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, right there. I'll point it down.
No.
Is that better? Like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
just a little bit more. Maybe I can see through it.
Yeah, spotlight on sport.
Yeah.
What's that fuzz that you got there, Jay?
The what?
What's that fuzz you got?
That's actually my scabbed up face from when I got blisters from the Blackwood reaction.
Oh man, I didn't know about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know that extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's, look. Can you see my face?
Oh yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course that means that you're not going to shave because of all the. Yeah, I got you, man.
Yep. So I'm not I'm not game enough to pick the scab, but it is falling off slowly but surely. So
That's a spot that you got to leave alone. I
yeah,
mean, if it was on your arm or hand or something like that, it'd be one thing to pick it, but that's not a good spot to pick.
yeah. No, I didn't think it would be a good spot either, to be honest. And it was all the way across the left side of my lip, but most of that's healed up now. Oh, look out! Look out! Trouble's here.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Late as
I thought it was
usual.
awfully quiet in here.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah, good and yourself.
Ted.
Pretty good.
You missed out today.
Oh, yeah? Why? What happened?
I'm finished.
Oh,
Been gone for 2 hours.
yeah, I just saw the time.
Yep.
That's all
So-
right.
You get the closing sequence.
Pop in for a late night chat.
Hmm.
I had another meeting and then had to spend a little time with the wife. Huh?
A mother's meeting.
No, another meeting.
Sorry, it sounded like mother.
No.
No, you have them in about what, 7 months?
Yeah, around there. No, sooner than that.
God, giving you shit and you only just got here. How rude, eh?
5 months.
John Nave says hi. Okay.
Oh, hello. I missed the name, but
John Naves. John N.
oh, okay. Hey, John, how's it going tonight? He's pretty close to me. He's in Oshawa.
You should see the house that he's looking. He's put a bid on. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
very nice.
Nice.
it used to be a bed and breakfast. And it
No,
was
they were
made
going
in-
to. They
Oh,
were looking at making. They were looking at making a bed and breakfast.
Oh, okay. It was made in 1905.
Yeah, there's one up for sale here in Whitby too. It's a big Victorian home, and it's an old B&B. It's already an old B&B. They're trying to sell it as already established B&B.
Yep.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. It's a huge Victorian house, and then on the sides, it's sort of like almost like a motel with different rooms and suites, but it's still all built in the old Victorian style with the add-on, so it's pretty cool.
Yep. I'll put it in the. I'm going to make you go into the chat cave. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, I might hit the wrong button.
I'll put the link in the chat so you can go and have a look at that house.
Oh, in Nova Scotia? You're moving way out there?
John wants to know where you're at, Kate.
I'm in Whitby, Ontario.
Hey, John, you spelt about this wrong.
He's been in here too long, maybe.
At Whitby, Ontario, 45 minutes east of Toronto. Hi, Amy.
All right, everyone stop talking about Amy now. She's back.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, look out. Yeah, Nova Scotia is nice. Houses out there are a lot cheaper than here in Ontario. Ontario is probably the most expensive housing in Canada next to Vancouver. But the eastern side, the Maritimes, the houses are quite reasonable. You'll probably get that huge B&B for half the price of a house here. Get a 3-bedroom house here with 2 baths. You're looking at $500,000 to $600,000. Go to Nova Scotia, you'll get a Victorian mansion on 10 acres of land with a shed and a barn for $300,000.
Wow.
Well, that one was listed at 589, I think it was.
Well, that's pretty good. Because if that house was here in Oshawa, I thought you were in Oshawa. I saw your profile on Facebook there. But yeah, at that same house here, you'd be looking at 1.5 mil. Good old Schwiggity, the schwa, the dirty schwa, Oshawa, all the good names. It's not a bad place, depending where you are.
What have you been doing today, Cade?
Today, I'm off lockdown as of Tuesday, so I had a hair appointment today. Got my hair did, got all nice and cut, cleaned up. So
Hey,
Did that the Moloch?
yeah, I did the mohawk.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
that's huge.
Yeah, that's what she said. But
when you go out ice fishing, what's the internet reception like?
oh, it's fine.
Is it? Oh, that's good. Do you want to do a live next time you go ice fishing?
I could. I could, yeah. I'd be using my my open bandwidth, not like my Wi-Fi, but I could do a short one, I'm sure.
It'd just be interesting to see, that's all.
Yeah, sure. And do one of me flying 100K across the lake on a snowmobile.
Yeah.
Selfie, I'll hold the phone out here, be like, "Brrr."
We hear of an accident in Canada of a man trying to do selfies while and having
While
an accident.
snowmobiling.
Yeah, I didn't do no 100 miles an hour coming up the hill, but I did a live video on Facebook earlier today of me plowing up the road with my little tractor.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
We put a snowplow on our four-wheelers. We just cruise around on our four-wheelers and plow our driveways.
Well,
G'day,
Amy
Dave.
said, howdy, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Amy
Hang
says
on, Dave.
she needs to go to Canada. She wants to meet Sandy Brock. And John says North Oshawa. Amy
Oh, yeah,
says,
that's a good part of town.
Wolf
South
whistles. Looking Mike.
Looking schmick.
Looking schmick. That's great. Yeah, sure. We should get together, hang out sometime, see each other's shop, go for a coffee, talk woodworking. That'd be cool.
Yeah, John was watching me earlier today. And then when I got back up in my parking area, my daughter took my phone and she was videoing the rest of it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're supposed to get 12 to 25 centimeters of snow tonight. We already got 2 feet last night, 2 feet the night before, so the kids are loving it. I mean, we didn't have snow like this since I was a kid, so all the snow plows pile up the snow. All the kids are building igloos and forts and playing King of the Hill. Remember the old game back in the day, King of the Hill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who stays on top, throw everybody else down to the bottom.
We used to call that King of the Castle.
Yep. It's fun.
It's especially fun when that snow hill or snow mound has been sitting there for a while and it's melted and frozen and you got that sheet of ice. Makes it even more challenging for even the king to be up on the hill, let alone
Oh, yeah.
everybody else trying to push him off. Yeah.
Don't want to fall the wrong way on that ice. You'll break something or crack something, or even the ice catch a sharp spot. It'll cut you like a knife. I remember back in elementary school, we were playing full contact football on recess in the snow. So you get tackled in the snow, it doesn't hurt as much as the hard ground. But I mean, the ground's frozen. So once you hit the fluff and go through, you feel it. But I hit a patch of ice, put my hands down, and the crack of ice just went.
Mm. Amy
You know-
says Sandy is a famous sheep farmer on YouTube.
Good old times.
Go ahead, Robo.
You're the only bloke I've ever seen with a mohawk mullet. Kate?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back.
Every time
At
you move
least-
your head around, I can see the ponytail down the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
A mohawk mullet.
Yeah, bringing it back from the Woodstock days.
Yeah, you got to see Nick's pink mohawk that he's got.
Oh,
Sent me his
yeah.
live earlier today.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
He almost looked like that guy up there on Ice Road Trucking. I forget his name, but he had that blue. He looked like the blue parrot, is what they called him. He worked for the polar bear for a while, the first episode or first season. But he had that blue mohawk going straight up the middle.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
I haven't dyed my hair since high school. I don't know if maybe when I'm a silver fox, I might start dyeing my hair again.
Oh, no. So, don't you knock us old silver-haired bastards, I tell you. It's a
I'm
sign of
working on it.
wisdom. Yeah,
I'm working.
yeah, yours is slowly creeping up.
Yeah.
I got a few in there. I just pluck them out.
Yeah. Oh, you still got one just here, Kate.
I know.
There's a grey one just near your thumb there.
Yeah, there's one on one there.
It's a sign of wisdom, it is. Supposed to be, anyway.
Yeah.
Side of stress from all the other stuff in our lives.
Yeah, that too. Stress.
Amy says it's currently 32 degrees over at her place, so it'll be about half a degree cooler over here.
Oh, whatever. Stop teasing me. Bloody hell. You would be bloody freezing when we go over there for a holiday. You watch.
Yeah.
Piss down all the time.
Yeah, it'll be chilly. I'll probably get out ice fishing next week sometime.
Yep.
Oh, 32 degrees Celsius. That's very nice.
No, it's a bit too hot, actually. Like, a bit sweaty under the armpits.
I'd be out paddleboarding or sea doing or swimming.
Yeah, I've always said that if I was 40 years younger, I'd be dead in 12 months with all the toys they've got now, like with their bloody paddle boards and the like the snowmobiles, but the ones that go on the water. What are they called? Jet skis.
Yeah, jet skis or sea doo. Yeah, it's like a motorbike on water. It's awesome.
And I'd be trying to do what the flying circus does with their motorbikes or whatever, jumping off jumps and somersaults and all that sort of crap.
Actually, the first one I seen was the wet ski, or no, it was I think that's what it was. It was a stand-up one where you started off down low, and then once you got enough momentum, you'd stand up on it, you could raise the handlebars up, you'd ride it like a
yeah, that'd be a jet ski, I think.
yeah. And then the wet skis come out shortly thereafter, the ski doos.
Yep.
And they've just taken over. Now you can get like 3 people on them. They got small boat sizes.
Yeah, you can tow skiers with them and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can pull wakeboards and water skiers behind you with those things. But those big Cadillac style ones where you can sit 3-4 people in them, they got like radios like the Harleys and all this. I mean, They're like 10 grand each. 10 to 15 grand each.
Yeah, I only ever tried water skiing once, and I was like a porpoise. I fell off, and I just kept like that through the water because I wouldn't let go of the rope, and all the blokes in the boat are saying, "Let go of the rope, you stupid bugger! Let go of the rope!" Anyway, when they came round to pick me up, they said, "Why didn't you let go of the rope?" I said, "Because no one, you buggers, you'd leave me out here."
Yeah,
I was black and blue the next day, I'll tell you.
I bet.
Yeah, I must admit, I love speedboats.
Yeah, same.
Shoot, even the pontoon boats around here are getting to be as fast as speedboats.
Pontoon boats?
You know, but yeah.
Oh, the rubber, like
deck boat. No, they usually got like 2 or 3 pontoons or
yeah, the big steel tubes on either side, and then it's
they
like
got
a big
flat deck.
base. Yeah, that's a pontoon boat.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying they're getting to be as fast as speedboats are.
I had a friend that had an offshore racer powered by 6 Mercury, 150 horsepower. I think I was going to do 140 kilometres an hour anyway, and called the Needle. And man, that was great, but it felt like you're getting kicked in the bum every 10 seconds, you know, because of it was only needed a mild chop, and you had to wear a kidney belt in the things.
He shook him to death. Yeah. A buddy of mine has a bass fishing boat like that, and he's got probably 3 or 4 of those large motors on it, and it goes quick. It goes like 150.
Yeah, listen, this thing used to have pump in and pump out water ballast to keep the trim on it right. You had to keep pumping water in to keep it flat on the thing so as it was playing.
Yeah,
and anyway, he hit a block of wood, believe it or not, only about 1 foot long and about 4 inches square, and it punched right through the hole, and it virtually drove it underwater. The pressure was that great in the thing, you know, so he was lucky to get out of it, actually.
Wow.
But I like these new yachts and things with that little leg that comes down. That just absolutely astounds me, the speed that they can go.
Oh yeah, they're like hover boats or something like that.
I don't know what they're called, but
or
like
hydrofoils.
Hydrofoils, yeah.
Is it the 2 steel beams at the back of the boat that they pound into the ground?
No.
It's like those single skis with a hydroplane underneath it. When they get up enough speed, they get up onto a little thing that's only about probably 2 feet long and 3 inches wide, and they can bounce them on the water. But they've got them on yacht hulls now, like in the America's Cup that's just been on. Some of those yachts with their trimarans and that with these little hydrofoils underneath them, man, they are flying.
Yeah, the catamarans.
Yeah. And I think some of the monohulls even have them on too these days. But, oh well, all technology.
Oh yeah, when I was in Okinawa, the Australian Navy brought up their hydrofoil ship. And man, that thing was awesome. I never got a chance to ride on it, but that thing just cooked across the water because it would pretty much lift itself up, and like you said, it would almost. I don't think it had the single fin in there, but it would come up and plane on top of the water.
Yeah. Like I was always fascinated by the attack boats and everything that they used in Vietnam, you know, like the PT boats.
Yeah.
Man, those things could hammer.
The drug runner boats.
Sorry?
The moonshine boats back in the day.
Yeah.
The
I like
plywood
watching those.
boat.
I like watching those swamp buggies too. You know, with a big fan on the back. I reckon they'd be as noisy as hell, but and they're like a hovercraft. When you go to turn a corner, you got to do it half an hour before you get there because they drift so much sideways. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
those are airboats.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
like Louisiana alligator, gator hunting and whatnot. Yeah.
yeah. When
Yeah.
I was down there a month or so ago, there was a guy out in his rice fields picking up the crawfish net with a airboat. It was pretty cool.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Most of them have those like tractor boats. They got the paddle wheel in the back that sits there and just kind of digs along through the mud.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like a paddle wheel,
Like a
or
rudder.
well, it's a rudder too, but it's a oh, like those sand rails in the dunes where they got it's hard to explain. I can't even think.
Hmm.
Joe be wanting time and a half in a minute. He's overtime now.
Yeah,
Oh.
our conversation wasn't interesting enough, so he had to get back to work.
Has that bled through, Jay, or did you miss with the brush?
No, bled.
Oh yeah.
That just adds character.
Yeah. Just make a blood splatter pattern.
Yeah, beer off it was red.
What is it, like a burgundy or a maroon
Pink?
or something?
Fuchsia?
Magenta.
Magenta.
Ooh, magenta.
Now, what kind of wood did you say that was?
Pine?
Pine.
That's what I thought. It had the grain pattern of it.
Yeah, just a roadside vine.
Yeah. Good night, John.
Good night, John.
Night, John. Take it easy.
All right, John. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Kay, what do you got on that saw blade behind you on the wall?
Those are saw blades, old antique saw blades. I have a friend who's a painter or an artist, and she collects the old antique paints or old antique tools and saw blades and shovels and different things. But then she paints on them.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
one year I was at a show, and
Oh, he's gone sideways again.
there we are. So one year I was at a show and I bought this one, which is the great blue heron
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
in the water. The sunset. So that was 1 year. We did a trade. I traded this, and she bought a bowl that was textured, carved, burned. And then the following year, she wanted a salt and pepper mill set. So I did a trade for the barn owl.
Oh, that's cool.
Barn owl here? Yeah, where's the glare? Yeah,
Blair's behind you. Watch out.
there we are.
Hot dog, hot dog.
Yeah.
There's a woman down our way that paints the big cross-cut swords. Like she paints a whole scene over 3/4 of the saw and just leaves the ends of the saws bare, like in the rusty state or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, she's absolutely fantastic at doing it.
Yeah, she paints them and then she does sceneries, mostly wildlife, but she also does sceneries and landscapes. I have another friend who's plasma cutting metal artist, and she'll take those and she'll cut almost like a lace pattern or a floral pattern or a Victorian lace pattern or something
Yeah.
within the metal.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty cool too. It's pretty sharp.
Yeah, well, the crosscut saws are about 6 or 7 feet long, you know, like they're double-handed thingos that they used to use for ripping down the logs.
Oh yeah, the big lumberjack ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cut down trees.
I've got a question for you more advanced wood turners out there. I mean, Sarge, you may know the answer to, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Okay.
While this is drying, this colour, the wood is cracking. I can hear it creaking. There it goes again.
Ah, that's unusual.
Is it water based?
Metho.
Oh, methyl hydrate or like the alcohol,
Methylated spirits.
methylated spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same as your denatured alcohol.
Yeah. So it'd be the same as like a chestnut spirit stain alcohol dye.
Yeah, something similar.
I don't know. I've never had that happen unless,
No.
I mean, there's moisture in the wood, but usually the alcohol binds to that liquid and displaces the water and stabilizes
That's right.
Yeah.
The only
It's making
The
some
only
weird.
the only thing that I can think of is maybe it's the heat in the shed is just starting to dehydrate or cool down the outside too quick.
Yeah.
Doing something.
It could be drying too fast
Yeah.
in your
It's like
sauna.
it's like this kind of noise. It's like that
Yeah.
kind of noise.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't turn plastic, you know that.
Oh, I thought I'd have a go. Far out. Aren't you?
Yeah, it could be just moving. Are you seeing visual cracks start at the rim?
No, not on the rim, but there is several cracks. Like you can see where it's leached out. That crack there,
Leach through there.
and that
Yeah.
crack there.
Is
There
it
were those
knotty?
there before.
Sorry.
Is it knotty? Like, does it have? I think I saw a knot on one side, and
One there. Another one there.
that could cause stress on the side walls of the turning, especially if your wall thickness isn't consistent all the way down. It would dry and move at different rates, causing cracks.
Amy,
I've
2
just
pins in
spotted.
the hole for you.
I've just spotted a new crack, so that could be what's making the noise.
Yeah.
But this I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crack that goes along there. No, that wasn't there before anyway, and neither was this one here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Is it significantly thicker as it gets lower to the base?
here it starts to get a little bit thicker, and then here is the bottom of it anyway. So it's maybe half an inch where it starts to get a bit thicker.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the heat in the shed that's causing it.
Yeah.
And yes, Amy, you did get a pinning. I hope your left arm hurts like hell.
Got the
Well, I wasn't
vacuum?
going to say resin, but I was going to ask if there's any way that you could seal the outside to kind of, I don't know, hold it together.
I know what you're trying to get at. Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah,
like
Good.
Cade said the other day, saran wrap it. I don't know. I'm just throwing out
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
2 cents.
Yeah, you could saran wrap it. That's if you were going to continue to turn it. Usually, if I turn wet wood or anything that has moisture in it, I would throw it in a bag. And the next
Yeah.
day, take it out of the bag, turn the bag inside out, put it back in the bag, and then the next day, do the same thing. And it'll
Yeah,
dry
no,
much
it's-
slower.
Super dry, this stuff.
But
But
it
maybe
looks
that's
good,
why,
right?
because of the moisture in the liquid that I put in, maybe.
Well, that could be too.
Yeah. It might be the knots, too. There's
Yep.
pine or SPF's notorious with the cracks and split and under pressure.
Yeah.
Well, that and the grains are so so easy
Open.
to separate. Yeah, they're so easy to open.
It's softwood too, yeah. It would be. Yeah. Yeah. If you wanted to do color just on one side versus the other and not have it bleed through, I would seal one side first and then
Ooh.
put the finish on the color on the inside and it
Ooh.
won't bleed through to the other side.
Yeah. I'm listening, Cade, but also I'm reacting every time it cracks.
Yeah,
So
I heard them
might
too.
step to the side.
Yeah.
It might end up looking like a flower.
Yeah.
Might implode on you.
I'm kind of thinking that's what I'm going to come out to tomorrow morning.
Throw some oil on it or some linseed oil because you have all this moisture inside the cup and all this dry wood on the outside of the cup. Equalize that moisture.
That's kind of what
What
I was
about
getting
that?
at.
That'd be no good.
Liquid
Which one's that?
beeswax.
Can't read
Equalize
it. Can't read it.
Liquid beeswax.
It would work.
says an extra rich initial feed for raw and dry timber.
Yeah, I will. Give it a try anyway.
Yeah. I mean, anything that would moisturize the wood to equalize the moisture on either side of that wall would help.
Yep.
Whether it's a liquid
Equilibrium, whatever
wax or a
it's called.
liquid oil or a liquid poly or even the alcohol, because then it would evaporate from inside and outside.
Yep.
Rather than just the inside.
Amy says some Nivea or Olay maybe.
Somewhat.
Oh, they're moisturising
Nivea's
creams
makeup.
in Australia.
Oh, Nivea or Olay. Yeah, we have that stuff here too.
Yeah. There's a commercial here for one of those that has the alligator, and I think it may be Olay. And they said, if your skin feels like this, then use this Olay lotion. It's like, yeah.
Did it take the wrinkles out of his skin?
No.
Take the scales. That's great. That's
Hey,
a
Jay,
cool
I got a
color.
question for you. Do you have a moisture meter? Would you check your wood before you put it on?
Who are you asking? Sorry.
I'm asking, Jay.
Yeah.
No.
I was just curious.
Yeah. No, I don't have one either. Most of the stuff we use is all kiln dried.
I have one, but I never use it.
Yeah, they're not exactly accurate, really. They only give you the surface moisture rather than the depth of moisture. Unless you get a really, really, really expensive one.
I was gonna say even the ones that I've seen only got prongs this big. So what are you gonna test?
That's right.
And
Yeah,
even the ones with the needles, they're only like this. Like,
Yeah.
No.
you're
then
dealing with
you got
anything
half
bigger than
inch.
a 2x.
Then you got 1/2-inch holes in your wood.
The end grain may be dry, but the center may be soaking wet.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
And Amy has asked, being serious here, would Vaseline work? No, Amy, it wouldn't, unfortunately, because what it does is it would put something on it that you would never, ever be able to remove properly to get another finish over the top.
What's that, a wax?
No, Vaseline.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want petroleum jelly all over there.
No. But a good thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
That
know
could
that.
maybe go rancid
I know
over time.
Sorry.
It might go
Sorry.
rancid over time because it's not a drying, curing oil.
No, I don't think so. But
No.
I must admit, I have to use Vaseline on my fingers during winter because they actually crack all down the tips here for some reason. So I have to use a moisturiser on my hands, and I found that Vaseline's the best for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
yeah.
I use that working
Can't
hand.
get my finger to turn. I got one right there.
Yeah, and they actually crack right open and start bleeding after a while.
Oh, I know it. They hurt like a stick
Yeah.
and stiff.
It's crap.
I use that O'Keefe's
Yeah, me too.
working man sand or whatever it is. That works pretty decent as long as
Yeah,
I
it works
remember to
good.
use it.
And it doesn't make you all oily and slimy, which I like.
Nah.
It absorbs and you're good to go.
Yeah, I generally put a couple of dobs of Vaseline on my hands, rub it in, and then with my fingertips, and then about half an hour or so, I'll go and wash my hands again. So, but that seems to work for me.
Stop cracking. Stop hearing.
Yes.
Yeah, must have been the equalized moisture on the either side, as well as working within a sauna.
And yes, it's very
Hello.
humid.
Amy's coming out as a pharmacist assistant now. Paw ointment is also good.
For what?
Cracking down the end of your fingers.
Oh, that's what I use on my dog's paws.
Oh. That was a dad joke if I ever heard one.
I know
Hog
it.
paw ointment. I've never heard of it.
Or maybe I should start using it. I am a pawpaw now.
I liked your video of Ida cleaning off the trampoline with the dogs bouncing around on her as well. That was pretty cool.
Oh, and the bad part is the fact that I just missed the part where she busted her tail. She fell on all that ice. And that's when I grabbed my camera, and that's when I started videotaping her, cleaning the rest of it off.
And she broke her tail?
No, she fell on her butt. Her feet slipped out from under her and busted her tail is what I said.
Oh, okay.
That's what we say whenever anyone falls down, sliding on the ice down here. We don't get it very often.
Oh, okay.
I was
thought
actually waiting for her to slip off it.
Yeah, me too. Especially when she jumped off, I was like, "Uh-oh, please don't fall." Them springs don't feel good, even for a female. I'm sure they don't feel good.
Yeah. Well, this guy's asleep. Passed out in this little perch. Where is he?
One content cat.
Puss, puss, puss!
It's like, leave me alone.
I bet that's a male cat, isn't it?
He is, yeah. The female is upstairs.
If it was the female, she would have at least looked up. Our male cat's the same. He's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm relaxing here. Bugger off. And then the female cat's like, huh? What?
Yeah. Oh, what? Pet me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
And how do the cats get along with the snakes, or don't they go in there?
No, the cats aren't allowed in the reptile room because the cats could be food.
That'd be food. Yeah.
Well, at least for two of them, it could be food. No, the ball pythons, they're not quite big enough, but they could definitely strangle them to death. But the boas, they would definitely be food. Even a baby could be food for a boa.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you need to keep away from anything smaller than a grown adult.
Yeah.
Man, I thought it was bad when my mom told me I had to get rid of my bull mastiff and my cat when Brooklyn was born. She would have a fit with in your house.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of them. I'm getting rid of
Oh,
one. The other ones, I'm building a rack shelving unit with all the cages will be encased within the rack shelving unit. But then they're going to be on sliders, so the tank comes sliding out, so I can get at it to clean it and feed it, and slides back in and
Oh, yeah.
latches. So the
Yeah.
cat can't get in there. The cat can't be on the tanks. The kid can't get hands in there.
Yes.
All that stuff.
Good day, Tommy.
How you going, Tommy?
howdy, Tommy. Amy's jealous of you, kid.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
got four ball pythons and 2 Brazilian red tail boas. And if anyone wants a pet, I'll be breeding them shortly.
No, cats are actually very dangerous for babies.
Cats?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
What happened?
suck the life out of them.
they can
No.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, what
Well,
happens
they
is
lie on them.
they crawl up into the cradle or the crib or the cot and lie around their neck, and
Yeah,
they can
well,
actually
yeah.
suffocate them.
I've heard that too. Yeah, he'll be watched like a hawk. I'm worried more about the female because my female cat's like a pit bull. I don't need a dog. That thing will corner you and
Yeah.
attack you and bite you and claw you to no other.
And Amy hates you, Code.
No,
it'd be good for a good reason, Kate. It's not nothing.
well,
She hates
Yeah, it's
you.
like our
because she's jealous.
our cat. Our cat was a Burmese, and Jay's heard the story. So, but there used to be a bloke that walked his bull terrier down beside our place on the road. The bull terrier had come into our place and crap all over our lane, all over our lawn and everything. Anyway, I said to the bloke one day, I said, "Listen, mate," I said, "why don't you bring a bag with you and clean up your bloody dog's mess?" I said, "I'm getting a bit tired of it." I said, "The lawnmower slings it everywhere and everything else, you know." Anyway, he says, "It's a bull terrier, can do what it bloody well likes, you know." And I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Well, if our cat sees it," I said, "it won't." And he said, "Your cat, that's no match for a bull terrier." Now, you got to understand our place. We have 2 back doors. Well, there's one that goes into the kitchen, one that goes into the laundry. The laundry door had a cat door on it. And it was from our kitchen to the cat door was 22 feet. I've actually measured it. You have to walk down one wall, down the hallway, and then into the laundry and out the back door. It's another 20 feet from that cat door to the edge of the veranda. Anyway, I'm standing outside the workshop one day and I saw the cat's ears prick up and it extended out to its full height like they do when they're interested in something. And I see the bull terrier coming down the road. Sure enough, he came onto our driveway up to the fence. The cat sort of paid a little bit of attention. It took 2 steps inside. Now the cat came out through that cat door that bloody fast it nearly knocked it off the hinges, up onto the rail of the veranda, launched himself off the veranda another 15 feet to get to this dog, and it was a perfect shot. Front claws behind the collar, and the back one's right at back claws under the collar, front one's over the top, and he just shredded the dog's ears all the way down its skull, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
the dog's yelping and trying to flick him off. The cat lost its grip for a second and had another go and did exactly the same thing again. And this dog yelps off into the distance, and I said to the bloke, I said, "See, I told you if our bloody cat saw it, that'd be the end of it." "Oh, that's not..." Anyway, about 3 days later, I see the cat in the door again. He's looking out through the glass and he rises up. I look up the road and here's the bull terrier coming down. He's got bandages and one of these plastic things around its neck all over its head.
That's great.
And he got to our driveway and he must have sensed the cat was there because it walked out onto the side of the highway and walked right down round. And the cat came out onto the veranda and followed it all the way around as if to say, "Come on, I dare you, you bugger! You know, I'll get you again."
Come on my property again, I'll get you. Yeah. He's
No, I
like
thought
that.
that was,
He'll jump you. He's a Bengal. The female is tabby. Female
oh
tabby.
yeah,
But he's a
no,
Bengal.
this was a Burmese. It's the only cat I've ever seen that would call. It could call a bird to it. It'd sit there and just have this peculiar sound, and the bird would get within 10 feet. If it got within 10 feet, it was dead.
Yeah. Done. Yeah, this guy's crazy.
And Amy said, "Congratulations on the marriage in January too, Kate."
Thanks, Amy. Thanks. Yeah, it's amazing how he can jump. He jumps from the floor to my shoulders. And
Oh,
he'll just perch on my shoulders like a parrot. But I mean, now he understands how to use his claws, when to and when not to. In the beginning, man, it was like getting barbed wire latched into your
oh
stomach.
yeah.
I've got a few of those. I got a male cat that he'll sit there and he'll come up on my leg and sit there with his claws and just start scratching.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, same here.
Oh.
If I don't pay attention to him, he'll climb me. That's not fun. When I'm
No.
wearing work clothes and they're mostly glue and it's like Kevlar, you got some protection, it's pretty good. But when it's like shorts and a t-shirt, ooh, don't feel too good.
And that's the same one that loves to lay with my wife. And whenever his paws are close to her arm, he'll sit there and stretch them out and stretch out his claws into her arm and then kind of pull back on it. And I don't know how many times she's launched him off the bed.
That's cool. Yeah, since I got him, the female sort of sticks to herself upstairs and he runs the house. But yeah, they're pretty good. They're starting to get along and cohabitate. But like you said, like that male cat did to that dog, like the female cat doesn't have claws, front claws. It wasn't really my choice to have it declawed. It was my ex at the time, but we didn't get this guy declawed, so he latches on for dear life, holds on to the female, and it's like a drowning cat.
Yeah.
And they're playing. But
And Amy's cat, Amy says that one of hers nips her calves when I'm sitting on the toilet.
yeah, he does that too. He'll actually jump at your legs and claw and bite your calves before you jump in the shower. Like, don't go in there.
Mine will sit there and he'll try to jump into my pants while I'm on the toilet. Man, get out of there.
Yeah, he did that too. Yeah, you'd snuggle right into your pants. That's nice. That looks good.
I just
Nice
got a
little baby.
got a
Just
purple
go.
Sharpie. Just went in there.
A question for you there, Cade, from Amy.
Oh, let me see here.
Oh, sorry, I'll read it.
I was going to say, you better read it, Robo, before he cades himself.
Yeah.
I know. Do you follow Billy at Mutation Creation and Kevin at New England Reptile Distributors? Is that Instagram or TikTok? I follow two guys on Instagram and they have a couple reptile places or snake places or do videos there on Instagram, but I don't even know their names really. One's like a zoo. He's always got these huge pythons and the eggs, and he's showing showing the eggs, and he's dodging snakes because he has to dodge them to get the eggs from pissed off mother. And the other guy, he's just a reptile advocate or whatever, and he that's him, Jay Brewer. Yeah, I know Jay. I didn't know the last name. And there's another guy who just does little clips with reptiles and lizards and feeding animals and reptiles, and he's on YouTube too. Or no, not YouTube, Instagram. But yeah, here I'll copy that, Billy. I'll just copy that last little bit there, and I can look him up on Instagram later.
Oh shit, Amy, you're making him go to the chat. Gonna close his page now.
I know. Hopefully not. Hit the right button here.
No, the left one. Not the right one.
There we go. I did it.
Whoa!
I missed the red button this time.
Right. Didn't hit back. I hit the X.
All right, I'm gonna knock it on the head now. Thanks everyone in the chat for coming, and thank you everyone. I can't take his hat off. Sorry, I tried, and I tried to get Jamison's green ears off, but he said it hurt, so I stopped.
All right. See you later, everybody.
All right, thanks for coming.
There you are.
Take care, Robo. Take care, Jameson. See you, Jay.
All right.